Let me know if the connection is still good. The now is just begun. Now is just begun. And it's only for a moment. Said it's... You lot still with me? I'll just carry on anyway. So, the one who chose to ignore is now considered an evil person, fam. Don't let that be you. If you are genuinely not fighting to exist in your truth today, you are willfully being an evil person. Because today, there's no excuse for not being your entire self. It's just fear. There's no excuse today for not living the fullness of the life that you say you want. We have to start coming to terms with the power that we have in our relationship with manifestation. You know, it's not just the thoughts that you come to mind in your vision boards. It's what those thoughts and those visions enact you to do. Those thoughts and your visions are supposed to be like triggers to your body. Does that make sense? So you start so imagine this. Is the connection bad? Don't worry, we got it on here, so it's cool. So your thoughts and your visions, guys, is almost like the remote control car. Yes? You are the vehicle, right? And your visions, your highest intentions, the will of God is like the controller. Okay? Now, the controller is supposed to be the thing that inspires you to move left, to move right. Does that make sense? This controller is supposed to be the thing that inspires your actions. That's what the vision board is there for. It's there to inspire you to move. That's one thing a lot of us forgot in the laws of attraction. Yeah? A lot of us forgot in the law of attraction, after you've sat down and given your mind clear space just to think about what you want, think about what you desire, think about how you want your life to be. Yes, after you've jotted it down and you've cut out pictures of Google and magazines and placed it and designed visually your perfect life energetically. Yes, because you might not necessarily want the Lamborghini, but it's what the Lamborghini represents. You might not want the house in the Bahamas, but it's what the house in the Bahamas represents. Abundance. Yes, wealth. These are some of the things you might put in your thing. Some of you may put, you know, nature surroundings. Okay, again, that represents something to you. Abundance, peace, wealth. Whatever you have on your vision board, yeah, after you've spent time downloading the image, yes, or should I say uploading the image, you now have to spend the rest of your time downloading the image into your energetic operation. Are you following me? Okay? Your life is run by this cord here. Okay? This cord here that runs through your body, your spinal cord, your life, your energetic operations goes from here. This is like now the gun. This is where you blaze the cannon. You get what I'm trying to say? This is where this is where your energetic operations happen. Okay? But up here is where you download or upload, more like upload. Yes? You upload, you take from the higher realms of your existence, you pull from these places, you get inspired, which means to be in spirit. The word inspired means to be in spirit. So you get inspired, okay? You use your vision board to understand that energy. okay, to download that energy, to make all of your body know that this is the energy that makes us feel good. Did you feel that? This is why you sit still. You sit still. You got your visions happening, right? Ooh, did you feel that? Yay! You thought about your husband. Ooh, you thought about walking down hand in hand with your wife. Ooh, you thought about your children hugging you. You thought about giving them everything you need. You thought about the school that they was going to go to. You thought about them loving themselves. You thought about yourself on holiday. You thought about just opening your new business. You're opening your new this, opening your new that, making this, changing this community. You thought about all of those things, and you're allowing your body to receive that energy. So it gets familiar with that energy, for it to know that that energy is the energy that we want to exist in. That's the energy that we want to extend our life in, that we want to carry out, that we want to walk out. Yeah? So you use that now in those meditation times, in those visualization times, to get your body used to the energy that you want. Okay? Whether it's peace or pleasure. Those are the only two emotions that we should actually have. Peace or pleasure. Okay? Decide which one it is for you. Pleasure comes from your mindfulness, the vision board. Yes? The vision board. Then peace comes from your mindlessness, knowing that you are more than this physical state. So it doesn't matter. You feel what I'm saying? So, now, the second part that we're talking about in the manifestation is, once you've taken the time to download that energy, it's about shooting that energy off in every single part of your life. Shooting it off. Every single part of your life. Does that make sense? So when someone comes to you, bam. When you're seeking for opportunities, it's that energy. When someone provides you with an opportunity, it's that energy. When you meet someone new, man or woman, pretty or ugly, it's that energy. Someone does you wrong, it's that energy. When you're doing late night streaming, it's that energy. When you go to the movies, it's that energy. When you cook your food, it's that energy. When you wear your clothes, it's that energy. Am I making sense? I really hope I'm making sense, because this is very powerful what I'm saying. It's that energy. It's that energy. And what do I mean by that energy? The energy that you know directly correlates to your visions, your highest intentions, and God's will for your life. It's that energy. It's that energy everywhere, everywhere. It's the energy. 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 Hey, it's the energy. It's the energy. It's the energy. It's the energy. Hey, it's the energy. It's the energy. Hey, it's the energy. It's the energy. It's the energy. Hey. I love that. It's the energy. 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 Hey. It's the energy. It's the energy. It's the energy. Hey, it's the energy. It's the energy. It's the energy. 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 Oh my gosh. So again, it's your energy. It's your energetic operations. Where are you putting it? Where are you putting it? How are you relating with that energy all the time? It's time to relate only with the energy that you want. It's time to relate only with the energy that you require for your highest intentions. That's all you need to focus on. That's all you need to focus on. Relating with the energy that reflects your highest intentions for yourself, not your lowest ones. Because when you relate with your lowest intentions, it keeps you there. It keeps you further and further away from what you wanted. And sometimes the things that you desire most, because it's so easily accessible, you want to go for the lowest energy because it provides you with the most immediate satisfaction, with the most immediate immediate pleasure, because you believe you can't reach your highest intention. So you stay to the lowest intentions, but going to your highest intention requires you to give up your lowest one. Does that make sense? Like going to the bed, you gotta give up the cot. You gotta give up the baby basket. Does that make sense? Going to the bike, you gotta give up the stabilizers. You feel what I'm saying? Going to your legs, you gotta give up your hands. Okay? Going to your hands and feet, you gotta give up the stomach. Does that make sense? Every time you level up, you gotta give something up. So let your energy reflect only your highest intentions for your life. Let your energy reflect only your highest intentions for your life, fam. Then you ain't got to worry about nothing. It's the energy. 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 Hey. So now you understand the importance of both mindless meditation and mindful meditation. I'll recap and then I'm going to ask if there's any questions. I'll recap. You are only supposed to have 2 states of emotions in life. Okay? Are you ready? There's only supposed to be 2 energetic states. Okay? It's either pleasure or pleasure or peace. That's what we've missed out. We've always been told life is a game of pleasure and pain. Yes? But it's not that. Life is a game of pleasure and peace. If something is not pleasurable to you, find peace in it. You see how simple that is? I'll say that again because this is very, very, very simple. If something is not pleasurable to you, piece of food, clothing, an environment, person, someone's statements, a color, a race, a gender, a herb, if it's not pleasurable to you, find peace in it. If you cannot take pleasure in relating with it, find peace in relating with it. Now, why should you find peace and not sit in what this world has taught us to be pain? Because finding peace in your experiences, yes, allow you, when they're not pleasurable, to find other means, yes, of pleasure, of enjoyment, of thrill, even in the unthrilling, the unenjoyable situation. Yes? When you are in pain, all you've done is taken pleasure, and that pleasure energy that thrilling energy and applied it to fear. Does that make sense? You've taken that same pleasure energy and applied it to fear. So with the same zeal, with the same zest, with the same might as you would have gone when you enjoyed something, when you were thrilled about something, when you were excited and passionate about something, is the same might you've taken and turned it into the fear energetic motion. Yes? Emotion, energetic motion. You've now taken that energy and applied it to the motion of fear. So now, fear is driving you. You see what I'm saying? Fear is driving you. Your life should look like pleasure or peace. Being able to observe peace is your ability now to find pleasurable moments in all capacities. Peace is where you develop your spiritual powers. Okay? You know when they say people lock themselves in a dungeon for days and come out with the cure? You know what I'm saying? Come out with the cure for cancer and like, you know what I'm saying? They lock themselves away, close all the windows and come out with the greatest album of all time. Tupac goes to prison, comes out and makes the greatest album of all time. What is happening in these environments? Peace. Peace. Peace is your conduit for spiritual power. You want spiritual powers, real ones, real spiritual powers. Peace. And not peace. Peace. Spiritual power comes when peace is challenged. So yeah, so like right now I'm in my house. It's nice and peaceful, got the incense burning, you know, light music in the background, herbal tea. It's very easy for me to observe peace. Very easy for me to observe peace. However, someone comes to my door, policeman and that way, then there's a monkey jumping in my house and shitting on the floor. Now, my spiritual power comes from being able to peacefully deal with that situation. So spiritual power comes to you, is granted to you when you go back to peace, which is the God state. When you go back to peace in the face of challenges. That's how you get spiritual powers. Proper ones, not like fake ones. Do you get what I'm saying? And you'll notice it. Your whole life is spiritual, so you can never not be spiritual. You just don't acknowledge your spirituality. So guys, pleasure or peace. That's all life should be. Pleasure or peace. Now, how do you practice, because some of you lot are going to ask this question, how do you practice pleasure and peace? Practice pleasure and peace. Mindful meditation and mindless meditation. Mindful meditation, mindless meditation. Mindful meditation is how you understand, yes, it's how you start to relate with God's will for your life. Mindful meditation is how you start to relate with God's will for your life. Why? Because you're using your current inspirations for who you want to be in your life, what you want to do with your life, what you want to create in the world, what you want to change, what you want to be an answer to, what you want to invent. All of those things are indicative of God's will. Yes? Once you can look at all of those things, like through a vision board or through, whatever stimulus you're giving yourself, right? And constantly relate with that energy, because it's not about the things, it's not about the Lamborghini and the avocado tree and the big house and the beautiful black woman and whatever. It's those things are an energy. Understanding, yes, because when you're young, you think the energy is these things. But the energy is beyond these things, and that comes with maturity. Learning how to relate with the energy and not the aesthetic of the energy will let you know and always be guided to that energy. So when you think it's a Lamborghini and you get close to the Lamborghini, because you're focused on the energy, you realize, actually, I got the Lamborghini, but this isn't actually what I was searching for. I'm being pulled to something that this Lamborghini represents. Does that make sense? So using mindful meditation about the things you want in life is a great way of relating with the energy beyond material. Okay? Now, that's pleasure. Understanding your pleasure in relation to God's will. Your life is supposed to be pleasurable. I want you lot to understand this. Yes? Your life is supposed to be pleasurable. You are supposed to enjoy sex. You are supposed to enjoy, communion and music and joy and thrill with your people. You are supposed to, love your body. You are supposed to let anyone into your house and feed people and let your children run off into the wilderness naked. You are all of those things. Yes, you are. You are supposed to do those things, right? But all of those things are to be in alignment with God's will for your life. You never put the aesthetic first. You never because that's how you get stuck on earth. That's how you get stuck as a material entity. Does that make sense? When you put your emotions first, those emotional attachments first, that is how you get stuck as a material entity. Put the will of God first, and you will know how to find pleasure in every circumstance. And the walk to the path that you've been set on will be much more beautiful, much more revelatory. You'll have so much more wisdom earlier. Does that make sense? Because you're taking it on in that way as your personal responsibility. Okay? So mindful meditation is for pleasure. Mindless meditation now is to help you go into peace, a state of peace. So that's no music, no stimulus, no phones, no visions, no focus on the good or the bad. None of it matters. Sleep is your body practicing meditation every night. It's telling you what you need to do in order to function. Always go back to source. It's so beautiful how we function, man. We go up with the sun and down with it. That's amazing. You see how nature itself gives balance to everything. Nature gives balance to the light and the dark. And so do you. Even when you want to fight your sleep, like I do. I fight my sleep sometimes. It doesn't matter. You have to go there. That is telling you what you are, what you actually are. You're more than this life of activity that you have. You're beyond that. So mindless meditation is your ability to always go back to that state. Using breath. Yeah? Those of you who are coming to the village link up this December, we're going to be talking about all of this stuff in the middle of the forests, on camp, you know, like in the listen, my people, I'm inviting all of you guys to come to Kenya this December. We're going to have activities running from right the beginning of December all the way to the new freaking year. And it's going to be a world-changing experience like never before. This is the village link-up. Yes? And you know why I'm doing this. You know what I'm here for. You know what my purpose is, because I blurt it out every single bloody day. Yeah? So if you are aligned with that, we have 4 spaces left on our package that's going to take care of everything you need for the time that you're here. Including, you know, food, accommodation, ticket, fees, festival entry, merch, workshops. Yes, we've got tree planting workshops, spiritual health workshop, Cesarrojo workshops. Oh my God, I'm so excited. So we've got 4 spaces left on that package. Get your ass to Kenya, man. You know, bring your family as well. Bring your family. If you have a child, it doesn't matter. Come with your child. Do you get what I'm saying? You know, it's the village link up, man. We're ready for you. We're ready. We are ready. We are ready. So yeah, family, let's do some questions. I think there's a huge delay on this live, but we're gonna try and do some questions. I'll play some music in the background whilst I wait. And then, how do you have freedom of self when you are a slave in your mind? As the wonderful Kendrick Lamar said, meditation is a must. It don't hurt if you try. Meditation, man. Honestly, I know it's very corny in this day and age, but you have to start to not know on paper, but know in practice that you are connected to something higher than yourself. You see? The reason why it's a lot simpler to do that in this day, because there's so much evidence, so much data, so much knowledge, yes, out there for you to know this and not even be afraid of it anymore. Okay? Having freedom of self. Yes? Oh, look, all you lot's questions are coming in now. Having freedom of self. And from your mind is going to that state of peace that I was talking about. In the state of peace, there is no thought, there is no energy that is supposed to irritate you, because you are connected to something higher. You can't understand this in just my words only. You have to make willed efforts to put yourself in that place through tutorials, through practice, and through genuine interest to do so. Yeah? And often when life gets on top, you know, it becomes imperative to do such things. Yeah? Let's read some other questions. Thank you, Lulu. I'm getting your questions late, but I'm going to be answering them anyway. When meditating, how many counts do you do, and is there a specific amount you're supposed to do? Guys, check this out. Listen, I hope you lot can hear this. This is actually natural to you, okay? It's only, let me tell you honestly, only this is your nature, okay? Meditation has become, a very big commercial entity and thing, and an in thing, yeah. But it's like, it's like someone teaching you as a black woman how to dance. No one taught you how to dance. Does that make sense? It's your nature. Your nature is to dance. Only unnatural people need to be taught how to dance, and they have to break down dance into steps. How many moves that way? How many moves this way? How many da-da-da-da? You get what I'm trying to say? We don't do that. We move of inspiration. We move with the spirit. Yes? No one has to tell you how to catch your breath when you're dancing. You never thought about that before, did you? Do you realize the technique in which you have to breathe to keep up with the moves that we do as black people? Do you get what I'm saying? The dances that we do. The dances that we do, yeah, is so intricate. Do you know how much breath work we actually do whilst dancing? This is why I'm saying we don't dance, we don't meditate, we cheza rojo. Does that make sense? No one has to teach you about how to breathe. Okay? Willfully go to that state of peace, and your body and your will tell you how you must breathe, because every day it's going to be different. Some days I'm cool, I'm going there nicely. Some days I'm so irritated that I have to cheza rojo first. I have to put some music on, I have to release the energy, then I can find the breath that I need to go to that state of peace. Does that make sense? No one has to teach you this. No one has to teach you this. Your will take you there. Going back to before we was cut yesterday, what advice would you give black women on finding balance and love of self? Now we are in a time even our organs are a commodity. Wow. Okay. Going back to before we was... Okay, what advice would you give to black women on finding balance and love of self? Now we are in a time even our organs are a commodity. As a standard practice, what I'm telling you guys, what this whole live was about was a way for all of us to find love and peace and harmony with our natural selves. Mindless meditation and mindful meditation. Using your pleasure energies, yes, to guide you to your will, your highest intentions, okay? And using your peaceful state as a way to channel the energy that you actually want. This works for white people, black women, black men, gay guys. It doesn't matter. Chinese, Indian, it doesn't matter. This is now, I'm dealing with human things. And this is a way for you as a black woman to start seeing the power and value in yourself. This is a way for you as a white man to start seeing the power and value in yourself. You as a white woman, you as a Chinese, as a Pakistani girl, yes, as a Mauritius man, whatever you are, this is a way for you to start seeing your value beyond what the world has told you you are. Does that make sense? We're all tripping on what the world has told us we are. And we do not need to be that anymore. Okay? You have to know that who you are and how you've been made is perfectly fine. Whatever color, whatever size, whatever height, whatever weight, whatever texture, whatever disfigurement, you and how you were born was perfectly fine. And you are here to use that vessel to channel the purpose you've been given. Okay? Cool. How can one see themselves through the eyes of others? Oh, okay. This is the thing. It goes back to your responsibility. You have to tell the world how to see you. not by protesting or complaining, but just by being that person and not dying. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta be that person and not die. You know what I'm saying? And when I say not die, I mean not give up. Just be that person, fam. Just be that person who, you know, who you want to be, whatever version of person you want to be. If you want to see yourself through the eyes, tell the world how to see you by showing up in that energy and not letting them, you know, like when someone just because you're from the hood, someone wants to take you for that kind of person, or just because you're white and you grew up with money, someone wants to take you for how they want to see you. Does that make sense? You're supposed to tell the world how to view you. Like, nah, this is me, and that's it. This is what I'm on, this is who I am. And nothing you say to me can make me move off of the God stance that I have. Nothing you say to me can make me move, can make me shift, can make me redesign myself. You see what I'm saying? Because if I do that, then I'm saying I prefer not to be me. If I let your words shift me, I'm saying that I prefer to be your version of me. You see what I'm saying? If I shift from, Mikel, you're a dickhead. What? If I let that harm me and move me and challenge me, then I'm saying I prefer your version of me that reacts to dumb shit like that. You see what I'm saying? If a girl calls me up and say, oh, Mikel, I see you've been liking my page. I know you want this. I know you want... If I give in to that, and that doesn't represent me, then I'm saying she's right. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even about... You have to tell the... Like, have you noticed this? Don't you think there's a reason why you can't see your own face? Does that make sense? You can't see your face. You can see your whole body, but you can't see your own eyes. Why? Because you're supposed to know what your energy is by how you... When you look in someone's face, you can tell. This is why, like, when you look into someone's eyes, yeah? You see, like, people who live a lie and fake people can't look people in the eyes. Because when you look in my eyes, that's windows to the soul, and the soul knows everything. Does that make sense? Can't look into man's eyes. You know what I'm saying? You can't look into my eyes because you're fake, or my eyes can see everything you're hiding. You see what I'm saying? That's why your parents get irritated after a while, because you look in your mum's eyes, she can see your fuckery. She might not know it like that, but you can see that she sees, because you are the one projecting it back on yourself. You see what I'm saying? Your eyes are there to be a mirror, a reflection. When you look at someone, like when you look at someone or the world or like life outside of you, that's a reflection of you. Your life, the person who comes to your door in the next hour, yeah, the message you get on your phone, the pages that come up on Instagram, the phone calls, the surprise phone calls you get, the people you coincidentally link up with, or circumstances that coincidentally happen, all of those things are just mirrors to who you are, to who you believe yourself to be, to what you've created yourself to be. All of those things are just mirrors. You see what I'm saying? So right now, I'm in Kenya, I'm looking out my window, I can see banana tree, avocado tree, I can see monkeys, I can see some bird that looks like a stork, I can see rosemary in my garden, I can see... Do you get what I'm saying? This is what I can see. This is a complete reflection of what's going on in my life. This is a complete reflection of the energy that I have created. And your life is exactly the same. And the message of today is that we live in a time now where not being the full version of everything you believe yourself to be, not being the full version of yourself, is a sin, because we live in a time where all information is available. Someone is doing the version of life that you want. Someone is doing it. So if you don't want to do it, you are sinning against yourself and what you know you can be, what you know your capabilities are. That's the worst thing. We live in the best time, but this time requires us to be real with ourselves, because no one can be ignorant. It don't matter where you're from. It don't matter it don't matter what area you're, like how you grew up, who was in your life, who isn't. It doesn't matter what you went through. Now, right now, in this day and time, fam, not being the full version, not just in aesthetics, body and clothes and money in the bank, but I'm talking about the spiritual one as well. The peaceful, the humble, the benevolent, the kind, the, magnificent, the beautiful, the energetic, whatever version it is in your head. There is none, zero, zilch, nine, hakuna, you know what I'm saying? There's no reason to not live and exist in that shit. None at all, bruv. None. We live in a, anyway, I'm not even going to go on for too much. I want to save this life. But we live in a day and age, fam, yeah, where you got 15-year-olds earning 6 figures on the internet of playing video games. Don't tell me you can't go and live your dreams. We got men out there hold on. There is men out there that are literally changing their sex to a woman, and you're telling me you can't live you're telling me you can't live your dreams. Yo, there is man cutting off their dicks. Taking pills, estrogen pills, to grow breasts, and you're telling me that you can't go and live your dreams. That is probably one of the hardest dreams to live, and you can't migrate to Africa. That's like your biggest problem. You know what I'm saying? You can't find a good school for your child. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, fam. No, come on, man. That's not. Yo. Come on, family. No one has an excuse. Alright, alright. Cool. I'm giving the countdown. Alright, guys. Look, 2 things. 1, if you want one-to-one spiritual health coaching, DM me. I'm gonna help you on your spiritual journey. 2, this December, I told you, Village Link Up. It's the 3rd year. We're doing the Village Link Up this December in Kenya. Get your ass to Kenya. We got activities going on all the way up until the new year. Yeah? It's gonna be crazy. We got 4 spaces left on our group package. Come to Kenya, Village Link Up this December. Yeah? Peace in, love out, man. Thank you lot for tuning in with me. This has been good. I'ma sip my tea, you know what I'm saying? Read my book, smoke some herb, you know what I'm saying? Alright, peace in, bless.